Hi, I'm Dan with FreshPoint, and I wanted to take a few minutes and talk with you about the basics of citrus. Citrus is anything but basic when used in the kitchen. It can be used all over the place. Use it in pastry with the zest and the juice, use it in the bar, use it in gift baskets, even use the segments in a salad. Don't let the fact that it's so recognized deter you from using it. One of the most often asked questions I hear is, what's the biggest difference between California citrus and Florida citrus? And it boils down to appearance. California citrus is typically picture perfect. It's what you think of when you think of citrus. Uniformly round, unblemished skin, color that's deep and appropriate to the variety. Florida citrus, it's kind of like the ugly duckling. Gets a little wind scarred, some oil spotting. You may wonder why that difference is. It boils down to geography. In California, they have natural windbreaks in the groves. That prevents the limbs from rubbing against the immature citrus, which causes the russeting and the wind scarring. In Florida, they don't have that. The breezes come off the ocean and go straight across the peninsula with no break. So the trees are a little more active and the fruit gets a little more dinged up, but the flavor is there. The other main difference, 95% of the Florida crop is used in juicing. The vast majority of the California crop is used for table fruit consumption. And last but certainly not least is in the grading standard. The USDA has multiple standards across the citrus family. We're going to focus on number 1 and number 2. In Florida, it's completely different. They have their own standards. Number 1 fruit in California and Arizona is also called fancy. Number 2 is called choice. You may wonder what the difference is. The fancy fruit, much more uniform, less blemished skin, very little green. The choice, not as pretty. The interior of the fruit is just the same. It's all exterior. Typically, the choice fruit is your more economical selection. So if you're using your fruit whole and you need that skin, spend a little extra and get the fancy grade. Lemons, much more uniform fancy, less scarring. Let's talk about limes. Sometimes you'll see a lime go yellow. Don't throw those out or don't send them back. Just means they're getting ripe. They're not bad. In fact, they taste just the same. So if you're not using the skin, just hold on to them. A little bit of yellow in your lime isn't a bad thing. In fact, it's usually pretty good. When you're storing your citrus, most citrus likes it a little warm. Oranges are the exception. They want to be in the colder part of your refrigerator. So keep them down low and to the back. Keep it dry. Wash them just before you use them. They are very susceptible to bruising. So take just as many as you need out of the case. Don't dump them, don't drop the box, and certainly don't stack a lot of heavy cases on top. It'll help maximize the appearance of your citrus. I'm Dan, and that was the basics of citrus.